Hello, hello. Happy full moon in Sagittarius. I'm your Cosmic Auntie and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. It just means so much to me to share something so special with you, and this channel wouldn't be anything without you, really. So thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. Welcome back to anyone who may have been here before, and a big warm hello to anyone who may be new. Again, thrilled to have you. So this is going to be a collective reading for the full moon in Sagittarius, which is happening like in real time as I'm recording this over the weekend, June 3rd, 4th kind of thing, depending on where you are in the world. So, but it could be pertinent and resonate with you throughout the next few weeks of this moon phase. So whenever this video finds you, once again, I'm just glad that you're here. I hope that it's helpful in some way. I hope it is able to come alongside you and assist you in gaining a sense of greater clarity, or provide like confirmation or validation to anything that you may be navigating at this time. That being said, though, it's always important to tune into your own intuition, your own inner guidance, right? You know yourself best. You'll know when a message resonates and you'll know when one doesn't. So don't make anything fit, okay? So this is a very profound, beautiful energy. You know, Sagittarius is, well, ruled by Jupiter, which is all about expansion. Sagittarius is about liberation, truth, freedom. It's an energy of movement, of intention. This is a powerful time, and what I've been noticing throughout the messages that have been coming out for the fire energy and specifically Sagittarius is that there's major cycles coming to a close. This is bringing like cycles and cycles within cycles. Like there's just big endings here, which means that there's expansive new beginnings, and this whole kind of feeling of really outgrowing, you know, your skin, so to speak, that came through Scorpio's message. The spirit showed me like a snake shedding its skin, and chainmail being taken off. So there's this kind of shedding energy that's coming through at this time as well. And an analogy that I like to use a lot, and a lot of other readers use a lot, and a lot of like people use a lot, is plants, right? When a plant outgrows its pot, right, it can't reach its next like expansive level as much as it would if it had the room for its roots to separate, like to have room, right? Because when a plant needs to be potted, its roots ball up in the bottom, and often, you know, it only can grow so much up into that point, and then when you repot it, you kind of break up the soil, right? You're breaking up the density, it's crumbling away. You take your hands and you gently start kind of like massaging the roots apart and untangling them so that they start to have more air to breathe, more room, right? And then once you put that plant in its pot, and with its new soil, and you give it a nice watering, and you know, sometimes it takes a little bit for it to acclimatize. It takes some time, some tenderness, you know, some encouragement, and then it gets used to the room as its roots start, you know, moving down and kind of anchoring it in place so that it has this expansion, it has this you know, foundation for the growth potential in the next level it's reaching. And you know, you and I were just like a bunch of fancy plants, right? Like it's exactly it. So it's a major time. It can feel like a lot is just closing out. Like I just feel like the visual that came through for Sagittarius' monthly reading was looking at a closed ornate door. So there's this kind of feeling of taking one last look at the cycle that has just closed, or that is ending, that the door is closing on or has closed on, and just taking it in and feeling that sense of, okay, turning around to really flow into the expanse of the unknown, really fall into the unknown, and embrace the unknown, feeling this sense of exhilaration. It feels fresh, it feels exciting, it feels like it just feels really good. It feels really, really good, honestly. And with any kind of change, right? Like when we talk about that plant, it can be a little like, you know, sensitive when it first gets into all of that room, because all of a sudden it has all of this room it wasn't used to. But then it starts getting into it, right? Then it starts making moves, sending those roots down further and exploring its new space. And I feel like that's something that is really, you know, an energy around this time, especially this full moon in Sagittarius. It's like inviting us to, you know, send our roots down to explore all of this new space that we have to work with, right? Because when we let go and we clear, and there's these endings, there's this room to expand. So let's jump in and see what's reflected in the cards and see what comes up. Full moon in Sagittarius, please. What is the overall energy? Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Yes, there's this momentum, there's this movement, there's this freshness coming through, this energy that's, you know, shaking things up, you know, shaking up the density, breaking it up, and so that it's able to be kind of swept away, you know, like with the plant, when we take it out of its old pot, we take all of that old dirt and we, you know, crumble it away, and we remove it, right? So there's this energy of this full moon coming in to kind of sweep up any kind of stagnant energy and assist us in sweeping it out, right? And that's something that the full moon really helps us with, right? It's all about this kind of introspection and release when it comes to the full moon. Things coming to a certain fruition and a release with the new room for intentions to be made, you know, when it gets to the new moon. So there is this movement coming through with the full moon in Sagittarius, which, you know, is not surprising. Sagittarius loves to explore, loves to really, you know, embrace life and experience life. So Eyes of the Eagle just came out, rising above the fray. Yeah. This full moon is here to assist us in being able to see things from a different vantage point, to be able to like reach a new level of awareness. Yeah, wow. And we are in Gemini season as well, too. Sun's in Gemini, moon's in Sagittarius. So Gemini is an air sign, and there is a lot of airy energy coming through. Especially with this dust devil moving out of stagnation. Gemini also is a sign of movement, right? It's gonna shake things up. It's gonna really shake things loose. And Gemini is incredibly curious. Gemini wants to look at things from different angles and different sides to be able to take in all of the information and ultimately learn. And then with Sagittarius, it's all about that transmuting that into wisdom and accessing that deeper wisdom, and then taking action on that wisdom in ways that feel authentic to you. So, wow. I feel like there's more that wants to come out of this deck. Full moon in Sagittarius. Caterpillar, opportunity. I love this card. Okay, we'll do three It's at the bottom. Mindful group think. So this is also like very sociable energy as well, right? With the group think card. So there could be lots of opportunities to be able to connect with others that, you know, share a similar frequency, that really inspire you, that really, you know, just feel like that resonate with you, that respect you, that encourage you in being who you are and you them, right? So there's a lot of opportunity coming through with kind of just social dynamics as well. Like this could be a very lively time of good times and adventure and really just experiencing life. There's a certain freshness. I feel like there's just like a feeling of like a new look on life, a fresh take on life, or just drinking it all in, right? Like as you you know, send your roots out to explore this new room, there's just so much to touch, taste, feel, and experience. So there's going to be lots of opportunities coming through for you that way, and lots of opportunities for you to show up, you know, as you are, as the person you want to be, as the person that you are and are becoming, right? Because we're all unfolding processes. So this is just really lovely energy. Let's get some like tarot cards. This is the deck that I use specifically for the moon readings, the collective moon readings. It's called the Alchemical Visions Tarot. Yes, sorry, I thought I got that wrong for a second, but no, it's called that. This is also things like, I feel like there's going to be like movement to things that you've been working on, like things like opportunities at work, opportunities for business, opportunities for creativity, opportunities for your craft. Like there's just so much like coming in that's just like delectable, and I feel like it links into things that really nourish the soul. You know, because with this moving out of stagnation, there's this feel here of like, you know, being in stagnation for a while, and that can be challenging, but there's teachings in that too, and that's where Sagittarius comes in, where it's like, okay, what are those teachings you received? Now it's time to move. It's time to express them, act on them, create from them, share them. And that's where the eyes of the eagle rising above the fray is coming into, like being able to see from different vantage points, you know, of this wisdom, and express it and share it and create and take action on, from that place in ways that are, you know, unique to you, of course, but there's going to be I think like a very diverse way that you take action, or you feel this movement. And then of course, you know, Sagittarius is really like about that, like, yeah, just that like higher wisdom, that like kind of universal like truth. They're like, there's a lot of epiphanies that come through, a lot of revelations, a lot of like spiritual activations that come through Sagittarian energy. So I feel like, I know many of you could be finding just like a lot more truth about something, like just having major epiphanies about things, like having major breakthroughs, clarity about things that, you know, you felt like stuck in for a while, and just feeling that movement. Like this is this moon like coming into just like, oh, it just feels so good. That's why it feels so good, because it's like just providing us assistance in being able to really like see something from a different angle, get clarity, get closure as well. There's a lot of closure energy coming through this time. And then with that release, with that comes expansion, which is opportunity to show up in like the, you know, magical, as the magical being that you are, right? Look at this magical being. This deck is so big, it's always funny to shuffle it. Sagittarius, full moon. Ooh, we've got the 10 of coins. Yes, there's just so much prosperity and just opportunity and things coming through work-wise, again, craft-wise, like anything, right? And community-wise, there's this kind of social energy coming through. So then we've got the 7 of coins. These cards are so detailed, so just bear with me while I take them in. The Queen of Wands, which is like a Sagittarian energy. Wow, and the 6 of Wands and the King of Cups. Holy, look at this. Okay, I'm just gonna make some room here. So this is incredibly victorious energy, my darlings. This is a full moon that is just bursting with rewards, just like full, like a cornucopia of blessings, okay? Like just ready to just like raining down on us. Like it just, they're already raining down on us. Like it's just bestowing blessings all abound. Especially with all this closure and all of these endings and all of these major cycles coming to a close, because it feels very deep on that end. It's not, Spirit's kind of keeping me away from that because I sense that they're closed and they're closing, but it feels really deep over there, and it feels like there's been a big major processes. It's been a journey, but that journey is being rewarded. And the truth and clarity about certain situations that I sense, you're going to be able to access while working with this energy of the moon is going to be profound, and probably are profound. They're just, Sagittarius, the galactic center is where Sagittarius is. So like all of this just universal knowledge, this like energy comes through Sagittarius where, it's just, there's just so much. And it's all about learning too. Like Sagittarius and Gemini, they want to learn. They're kind of a learning axis. They want to experience life, learn, integrate the wisdom, go out, apply it, learn more, all of these kind of things. So, wow. Yes, so these are so detailed. So I'm just going to take a second to just kind of drink this in here. I feel that like it's very important to say that there's nothing necessarily that you even have to be doing at this time. Like this is just, it's just blessings are being bestowed. This energy is here. And with the 7 of coins, I feel like it's very important, if this resonates, of course, to just take time to enjoy, to take time to like just witness how far you've come, to witness thus far, to locate yourself at this time. Is all that's really required of you, to be, just to be, and to just like, feel into this expansion while also just being in the moment. The 7 of coins is taking a kind of a pause in a way. It's kind of like the energy reminds me of like taking inventory. So that's where I'm getting this kind of message is just, there's nothing that like you have to do. It's just an energy that's carrying you into this next phase, and assisting and aligning you, in this expanse. To opportunities where you're able to step up and step out into your next form. Like this is so interesting because with the caterpillar, like there's this transformation, right? Like they go into their cocoon, right? This kind of almost the stagnancy energy, right? They go into their cocoon, their hermit mode, and they transform. they have this metamorphosis, and I feel like that's the energy of this full moon, the energy of this full moon is like sprinkling metamorphosis dust on all of us. And that's, you know, Spirit's so funny because I've been noticing all around where I live, there's so many caterpillars this year, and it's just been kind of like rattling around in my mind as I've been preparing for this reading, and I feel like Spirit's like, talk about the caterpillars, and it's so funny that this comes out because I kind of forgot, because once I get into the mode, sometimes I just really find the energy stream and go, but Spirit reminded me of the caterpillars because it's this full moon is sprinkling metamorphosis dust on us, where we are like activating deeper into our divinity as divine beings. And also with Jupiter in Taurus, which is kind of giving me that 10 of coins energy, 7 of coins with the Queen of Wands here, and the 6 of Wands. This Jupiter in Taurus energy where there's this sense of like this expanse of our value, right? Our inherent value. You know, we're abundant. Our abundance is our birthright. That's what Taurus teaches us, right? And I feel like there's this nature of coming home to self more with that placement, and with Jupiter there, feeling this like deeper enjoyment in our own energy, deeper connection with the earth, feeling this sense of like lusciousness with that, right? Because Jupiter, you know, it's a good time. Jupiter is a good time, and so is Taurus. Taurus loves to have a good time. So those two together, like, it just things, it's about like just really tasting your food, it's feeling the wind on your cheek, it's like feeling the sun on your face, it's watching the wind, like everything just feels like, oh, like just finding the romance in everything. So there's that coming through too, and I'm feeling that so deeply. Like I feel that so deeply in the energy with this full moon as well. Just really encouraging us to just to be and to enjoy where we're at this time, and, you know, surrender to the endings and also the beginnings, bringing our curiosity to the unfolding path. And another thing too is Jupiter, I think Jupiter came up to the North Node recently in Taurus, and the North Node is at its like last bits of being in the Taurus and Scorpio axis, and that's all about like destiny, our individual destiny and our collective destiny. So that transit has been happening for the last like, you know, year or so, and I think we'll be moving signs in like early-ish mid-July. So this is a time where, you know, there's this kind of graduation energy, this like finality, like not finality, finale, you know, it's like brings me to my musical theater days where we all come out and the finale in our like, you know, our costumes and our characters, and we all get to take a bow at the same time and really drink in the applause of the audience and be celebrated together in our uniqueness, you know. So there's definitely this kind of being in this finale energy where we get to, yes, be in our uniqueness and like have the universe just like celebrate us, right? Like, and that's what the universe is really wanting to do. The universe always wants to do that, but there's just this kind of like applause, like this like angelic, like just whooping, like there's just so much like, oh, I'm like so exhilarated right now because I feel that there is just so much spiritual celebration for all of the hard work that we have done thus far, all of the healing that we've done thus far. And healing doesn't always have to be hard, right? Healing can also be enjoyable. It's about those like finding the romance and things and enjoying, you know, the moment and really taking in the flavor of the food you're eating, you know, really feeling, you know, the freshness of the water that you're drinking, or really just being with nature, right? Because again, Jupiter is in Taurus, which is like really connecting us to the earth. It's really bringing us home to our planet, this beautiful living celestial entity that we get to live in and be provided for, right? Like there's just so much here, and there's this deep connection with the earth, kind of remembering that we are the earth. Like we are the earth, and the earth loves us, and we love the earth. You know, and when we are connecting to our deeper, you know, like connecting to our divinity at a deeper sense, because I feel like, you know, there's this new realm of access to our awareness that we're divine beings, and all of this closure and all of this release and all of this, you know, stagnation moving and dust being shaken loose and stuff. We have this room for our soul to expand, and our soul, right, shines through our unique personality in this lifetime. And our souls are this, like, we are, again, these pieces of like source that get to have this experience here on earth as unique individuals within a collective. So as we show up more in our authenticity, and we value ourselves more for who we are in this moment, and have this curiosity and openness and like revelry to all that we are becoming, having a sense of gratitude for all that we have, like, you know, released and you know, outgrown, we show up in the world and connect in ways that, you know, resonate with that authenticity and make the world a better place. This is what I'm trying to say. I hope that this is making sense, because it's just all just like, it's joyous. There's like a jubilee kind of thing happening here. This full moon in Sagittarius is a jubilee, baby. Especially with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about victory. It's about recognition. It's about being seen for who you are. It's being valued for who you are. It's coming out of these, you know, difficult situations with your head held high and feeling proud of yourself, feeling, you know, a sense of pride with how you navigated that, and, you know, with this full spectrum of awareness of, yeah, like all the things that you've learned through this past cycles that are closing. And it's this sense of, again, a graduation. There's a kind of a graduation ceremony energy here, a finale, baby, a jubilee. And the King of Cups, there's this emotional awareness that comes through the King of Cups, because like the King of Cups, you know, has been through the entire Cups journey to get to the King of Cups. So, you know, this card being here is showing me that I'm talking to people who have, you know, really have access to deeper awareness of their emotional body, their emotions, your feelings. Sorry, yours. Sometimes I just flip those around all the time in the readings, but yeah, there's this emotional wisdom and this deep intuitive power that's coming through. I feel like, you know, you've accessed deeper realms of your intuition, and through the things that you have experienced thus far in your life, have learned to trust your intuition on a deeper level. Like, I'm talking to people that fully trust their intuition, and you know, I'm talking to people who have just an emotional maturity about you. And this is where I am coming in with the collective sense too, because that helps you show up in ways that nourish you as well as others. And like the king also like knows how to have like boundaries too. Like that's something that's learned through going through the cups journey to get to the King of Cups. They're very loving, they're very sensitive, they're very intuitive, they're very helpful. They want to be of service, but they also are a king, and they ultimately trust their decisions, and they also have like boundaries and know how to protect their energy. The King of Cups really knows how to protect their energy. So I feel like that's been a like major learning, and of course learning is never done, right? When we're talking about Sagittarius and Gemini, learning is never done. It's always expanding. We're always, you know, exploring new ways to like learn, to experience life. So yes, wow, what a beautiful energy. I feel ultimately it's a finale, it's a jubilee, it's a time of spiritual celebration for all that you have like experienced thus far. The closing of like major cycles. There's a door that has closed to things, and that has really come to an end, and I feel that's so relieving. Like when I say that, that's so relieving, so that, you know, may connect to you in ways that just feels so good, because it might have been, you know, things that you've been, you know, dealing with for a while. And even if you are still dealing with them, there's certain new levels or new legs of the journey of dealing with that, and a cycle of that is closed. So I hope that makes sense, because it's going to land differently for each and every one of you. But yeah, this is so beautiful. The Queen of Wands here too, with the Sagittarian energy, the fire energy. The Queen of Wands has been through so much. The Queen of Wands has gone through so many trials and tribulations, and ultimately comes out on top because of their strength, their charisma, their power, right? And their confidence. Like there's just this confidence that comes through the Queen of Wands, and fire, this fierceness. So it's creativity, right? Like when we look at these lions down there, like they're chilling, but they could definitely, like, you know, step. And I feel like I'm talking to people that have learned how to, like, you know, step a bit more in like a way that is beneficial to them, as well as really get to know those like the inner lion, like the inner beast, right? So in order to befriend it so that it's chilling, and it also can step and protect your energy and protect your peace. And this is what I sense is being very much like celebrated right now. I just feel I'm talking to people who have really like shed a lot out, like, of their lives that they've outgrown, and like I feel like I'm talking to very helpful people, and have been learning how to be helpful, but also to kind of protect your energy so that you're not depleted, kind of thing. And there's been some deep healing hermit mode energies. I feel like there's going to be, and there will be major insights and clarity and truth and revelations coming through about that process, where it's just it's very freeing. Like I feel like there's just going to be so many aha moments, or there probably is aha moments. And all of this new room that you've created for yourself is drawing in so much, you know, beautiful opportunity for you to show up, you know, as your butterfly self, as you metamorphosize. I don't even know if that's a word. But yeah, so this is a time to celebrate. This is a time to just be, like, just take it all in, just to be with yourself, close to nature. Just, you know, revel in how far you've come, and revel in all that you are and all that you are becoming, while enjoying, you know, the little things. Really take in the taste of your food, the water, the waves, the light, the wind, like whatever it is, just to really be in that moment and allow yourself to enjoy that moment as you send your roots down into all of your new space, baby. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this was encouraging. It was a beautiful reading to do. Like my literal face, like my face hurts from smiling so much. Like it's just gorgeous energy. You know, just revel in spirit celebrating you, and just, yeah, enjoy this energy, work with it in ways that feel authentic to you. And thank you for being you. Thank you for doing, you know, all of this exploratory work, you know, to who you are and what feels right to you and what doesn't, and showing up in the world in your authenticity, you know, to create and participate in healthy, diverse, you know, community that makes the world a better place for you and me and the whole entire planet. So, like, enjoy this finale. Enjoy the cacophony of spirit celebrating you while we all come out and we take a bow at this full moon in Sagittarius. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next reading.